Hey, good morning, students. I hope that till here, till fourth lesson, you didn't have any problem. All the queries, all the problems got solved by me. By hoping this, we are going to move towards next lesson, that is fifth lesson, India and religious reforms. This is your fifth lesson from the history subject. In this lesson, we are going to see following points. Total 5 points are there. 5.1 Call for social and religious reforms. 5.2 Age of reforms. 5.3 Religious reform movements. 5.4 Contribution and social reformers. 5.5 Contribution of the rulers of princely state in India. From that, we are going to start with first point, that is 5.1 Call for social and religious reforms. Students, we are very lucky people today because we are free from foreign domination and also free from many other rigidities which our youngsters had to face. The Indian society in the first half of the 19th century was caste-ridden and rigid. It followed certain practices which are not in keeping with the humanitarian feelings or the values, but were still being followed in the name of religion. A change was therefore needed in society. When the British came to India, they introduced the English language as well as certain modern ideas. These ideas were those of liberty, social and economic equality, fraternity, democracy and justice, which had a tremendous impact on Indian society. Fortunately, for our country, there were some enlightened Indians like Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Ishwar Chand Vidyasagar, Dayananda Saraswati, and many others who were willing to fight and bring in reforms in society so that is it could face the challenges of the West. The contribution of the Indian social reformers who emerged from the first generation of Indians and who studied under the new educational system introduced by the British is very significant. In the last lesson we had seen now British, they conquered, they dominated most part of India. So there was the dominance of British. And when British they were in India, so that time they introduced the modern ideas. And from this reform movements, reformation, this concept emerged. So the main thing is what is mean by reformation? Reformation. Reformation, also called Protestant Reformation. Reformation means the religious revolution that took place in the 19th century in India. From the late 19th century, a number of European and Indian scholars started the study of ancient India's history, philosophy, science, religious and literature. This growing knowledge of India's past glory provided to the Indian people a sense of pride in their civilization. It also helped the reformers in their work of religious and social reform for their struggle against all type of inhuman practices superstitions, etc. Since they had become associated with religious beliefs, therefore, most of the movements of social reform were of religious character. These social and religious reform movements arose among all communities of Indian people. They attack superstitions, Raja Ram Mohan Roy. He was the first person whose efforts was the beginning point of these movements. The progress of Indian society was stunted because of superstition, orthodox way of life, caste discrimination, false social notions, lack of curiosity and rationality that prevailed on large scale. The social reformers who were trained in modern education system introduced by the British developed a different worldview. They felt the need of creating a new Indian society where they will cherish the progressive values like freedom, equality, fraternity and humanism. Therefore, these all peoples they began to work towards creating mass awareness on various social and religious issues. Student, men and women, they enjoy certain rights and freedom today. Do you know that they were given to us by untiring efforts made by certain reformers? Among the great reformers of this period, Raja Ram Mohan Roy deserves special mention. He presented a fine combination of East and the West, a man of great literary talent and well versed in Indian culture. He also made special effort to study Christianity and Islam so that he could deal with them with understanding. He felt great revulsions for many practices prevailing in India that enjoyed religious approval. His main preoccupation was how to rid the Hindus' religion of both image, worship, sacrificial rites, and other meaningless rituals. He condemned the priestly class for encouraging these practices. He opined that all the principal ancient texts of the Hindus preached monotheism or worship of one god. So here we can see that Raja Ram Mohan Roy, he opposed to monotheism. Monotheism means where the person believe that there is only one god. Sorry, he did not oppose that. Actually, he was in favor and he taught Hindus. He preached monotheism, means there is only one god and all the people from the different community, from different religions, they should worship to that one god. His greatest achievement in the field of religious reform was on setting up in 1828 of the Brahmo Samaj. The Brahmo Samaj was an important organization of religious reform. It forbade idol worship and discarded meaningless rites and rituals. The Samaj also forbade its members from attacking any religion. It believed in the basic unity of all the religions. Raja Ram Mohan Roy believed that man should adopt truth and goodness and should give up things based on falsehoods and superstition. Raja Ram Mohan Roy was not merely a religious reformer but a social reformer also. His greatest achievement was the abolition of sati in 1929. Raja Ram Mohan Roy realized that the practice of sati was due to extremely low position of Hindu women. Therefore, he started working as a champion of women's right. He worked very hard for years to stop this practice of sati. Okay, student, let me tell you what is sati. Sati or suti is the ancient Indian and Nepalese practice of burning a widow on her husband's funeral or burying her alive in his grave. So this is a practice is associated with Hindu tradition. So here Raja Ram Mohan Roy in the early 1818 he set out to rouse public opinion on question of sati. On the one hand, he showed by citing the authority of the oldest sacred books that the Hindu's religion at its base was opposed to the practice. On the other hand, he appealed to reason and humanity and compassion of the people. He visited the burying ghats of Calcutta to try and persuade the relatives of widows to give up their plan of self-immolation. His campaign against sati aroused the opposition of the Orthodox Hindus who bitterly attacked him. Raja Ram Mohan Roy was also deeply opposed to the caste system that prevailed in Indian society. A humanist and democrat to the core, he wrote and talked against the caste system. Another important area that concerned him was Hindu theology. Study of the Vedas and Upanishads gave him ground to show that monotheism was the original Hindu belief and hence he denounced polytheism and idolatry. Polytheism means what? Belief or worship more than one god. So in fact the philosopher did not insist on the creation of a new religion but merely endeavored to purify the Vedic religion from the crude and most ignorant superstition. He proclaimed that there is only one God for all the religions and for all humanity. He wrote in Bengali and English. He was an ardent promoter of English education. He was also well versed in the Persian language and some of his most liberal and rational ideas were expressed in his early writings in that language. He advocated the abolition of polygamy. Polygamy means a practice of man having more than one wife, as well as child marriage. He wanted women to be educated and given the right to inherit property. He condemned the subjugations of women and opposed the prevailing ideas that women were inferior to men in intellect or in a moral sense. He advocated the rights of widows to remarry. To bring his ideas into practice, Raja Ram Mohan Roy founded the Brahmo Sabha in 1828, which later came to be known as Brahmo Samaj. It was open to all persons regardless of their color, convictions, caste, nationality and religion. It emphasized human dignity, opposed idol worship, and condemned social evils like Sati Pratha. It was not meant to be a separate religious sect but only a place where all those who believed in one true God could meet and pray. No images were allowed and no sacrifices and offerings permitted. Debendranath Tagore, the son of Dwarkanath Tagore, founder member of Brahma Samaj, succeeded Raja Ram Mohan Roy as the leader of the Brahma Samaj. He put new life in the Samaj and propagated Raja Ram Mohan Roy's idea. Keshub Chandra Sen took over the leadership of the Samaj from Tagore. The Brahmo Samaj stood for principles of individual freedom, national unity, solidarity and collaboration and the democratizations of all the social institutions and relations. It thus became the first organized vehicle for the expression of national awakening and inaugurated a new era for the people of India. However, the Brahma Samaj was weakened by internal dissensions and its influence remained confined to urban educated groups. But it left its impact on the intellectual, social and political life of Bengal. Raja Ram Mohan Roy spoke in support of the anti-colonial movements in the Spanish colonies in South America. He supported the liberal people in Spain who were against the monarchical rule. In 1830, he had gone to England to plead the case of the Mughal emperor. In recognition of this, the Mughal emperor conferred the title of Raja on him. He stayed in England for 2 years. Later he went to France. In India, he unfolded Europe for the Indians and similarly whenever in Europe, he unfolded India to Europeans. Raja Ram Mohan Roy, being trained in the British regime, means British government, laid the foundation of modernity in India through his writing and by his work. Organizations like Manavardham Sabha, Paramhans Sabha, Jnana Prasar Sabha were inspired by his work. So student, in short we can summarize Raja Ram Mohan Roy, he was an Indian religious, social and educational reformer who was born 22nd May 1772 and died on 27 September 1833. And he was one of the founders of the Brahmo Samaj, the precursor of the Brahmo Samaj, a social religious reform movement in Indian subcontinent. He was given the title of Raja by Akbar II, the Mughal emperor. His influence was apparent in the fields of politics, public administration, education and religion. He was known for his efforts to abolish the practices of sati and child marriage. Raja Ram Mohan Roy has been called the father of modern India and the father of Indian Renaissance. So if we talk about his work, so he was opposed to sati, polygamy, child marriage, idolatry, the caste system and propagated widow remarriage. He stressed on rationalism and modern scientific approach. He believed in social equality of all human beings. He started many schools to educate Indian in Western scientific education in English. He was against the perceived polytheism of Hinduism. He advocated monotheism. Monotheism means belief on one God as given in these scriptures. He studies Christianity and Islam as well. He translated the Vedas and 5 of the Upanishads into Bengali. He started the Sabad Kaumudi, a Bengali weekly newspaper which regularly denounced sati as a barbaric and against the tenets of Hinduism. In 1828, he founded the Brahmo Samaj, which was later renamed Brahmo Samaj, Brahmo Sabha, which was later renamed as Brahmo Samaj. He had also founded the Atmiya Sabha. Brahma Samaj's chief aim was worship of the eternal God. It was against priesthood, ritual and sacrifices. It focused on prayers, meditation and reading of the scriptures. It was the first intellectual reform movement in modern India where social evils then practiced were condemned and efforts made to remove them from society. It led to the emergence of rationalism and enlightenment in India, which indirectly contributed to the nationalist movement. The Brahmo Samaj believed in the unity of all religions. He worked for the improvement in the position of women. He advocated widow remarriage and education of women. His efforts led to the abolition of sati in 1829 by Lord William Bentinck, the then Governor General of India. He was a true humanist and democrat. He also spoke against the unjust policies of the British government, especially the restrictions on press freedom. Raja Ram Mohan Roy and his Brahmo Samaj played a vital role in awakening Indian society to the pressing issues plaguing society at that time, and also was the forerunner of all the social, religious and political movements that happened in the country since. He visited England as an ambassador of the Mughal king Akbar Shah II, where he died of a disease. He was awarded the title Raja by Akbar II. So this was the summary of today's lecture. In the next lecture, we are going to continue with the third point, 5.3 religious reform movements. Till here, if you have any doubt, you can drop it in comment box. One video link I am going to share with this lecture so that you check. Thank you. Have a nice day.